When you open a website, don't you hate those blinding whites? Yeah, me too. Okay, that's not a racist, but do you guys like dark mode? Me too, and most websites don't have it, so I have an extension for you guys. Darkreader is your answer to that. Basically, whenever you go on a website, places like YouTube, you literally just have to change your browser settings to dark, and it will change. But let's say I go to somewhere like Wiki, or let's just say I'm going on ArchWiki, right? And it's white still. There's not really a dark mode for it, is there? So yeah, there's not really a dark mode for it. Basically what you can do is you can get this extension, Dark Reader. Let me just, I don't know why I turned that off. But yeah, if you turn this on, it turns dark. It's pretty cool. Okay, so this extension, basically what it does is I'm not sure the actual like what's it called? Actual terminology behind it, but basically it makes websites that don't have a built-in dark mode, like YouTube and other places, have a dark mode. Now, why would you want to use this? Most websites, or most big websites like social media, all that stuff, have a light mode. Let's say someplace like Arch Linux Wiki, it doesn't really have a dark mode. And yeah, it's really helpful for people like me who want dark mode everywhere. So, what makes this different than uh, other extensions? One, it's open source, so you can go to their GitHub right here. Open source is good, all that. It's under the MIT license, and also it is cross browser. So I'm on Firefox right now just because this is VM. I don't really feel like installing anything else. It is available for Chrome for all you Chrome users, whatever. It's available for Safari if you're on Safari for some reason. I think it's available, like they have it on iOS. So if you're on a iPhone, feel free to do that. It's also on Edge because it's also on Chrome, whatever. But I'm on Firefox. They all are pretty much the same. I've only tested out the Chrome and Firefox version. And they're pretty much the same across the different versions. Okay, now technically, I've only used the LibreWolf, which is based off Firefox, and the Brave version, which is based off of Chrome. Technically, I've only used those versions. They shouldn't be too much different because under the hood, they're the same plugin and the same base browser. But yeah, I haven't tested the Safari one since I don't own a Mac, and I haven't tested the iOS version. I do own an iPhone, but that's a different discussion, and I haven't really used it on my iPhone. So yeah, I can't speak for those, but the Chrome and Firefox version are pretty much the same except for different default key bindings because in the browser itself it does have different key bindings for the actual browser. So yeah. So some of the more in-depth things is, well, if you click on the extension icon up here, uh, don't worry about that. You can actually turn off the whole extension on and off. You can do that with coming up here and pressing on it, or you can do the Alt Shift plus D. You can change these. Like I can change it to Alt Shift F if I wanted to. I'm just gonna keep it normal because yeah, if you are on Chrome, I think the defaults are different because the browser has actual bindings. So the keybinds are different from browser to browser. But some of the things is you can toggle only one site. Um, wait, you can toggle only one site. So if I did Alt Shift A, it would only not invert this site, and all the other sites would be active for Dark Reader. So if you have one website that's kind of buggy, that does kind of happen. But from my testing personally, that usually happens when you play around with these settings. But most sites, they're fine as long as you're not going into heavy JavaScript pages that require a lot to load. It doesn't really matter. Um, but for the most part, if you're, let's say, using OLED screen, you can turn contrast all the way up, and then it's pure darkness. Now, if you do find some stuff is darker, like this block right here, is kind of, let's say, it's kind of hard to see. You can turn brightness up, right? I probably wouldn't want it that high. You could probably have it up, and then it will show more contrast. Not contrast, because this is the other one, but it'll show the colors more vibrantly, right? So that's a pretty cool thing. And as long as you have this extension, it will sync if you have a I'm not sure about Firefox accounts, but I know Chrome will, because I do use this at school and we use Chromebooks. So if you have a Chrome account and you sync your Chrome stuff, it will remember all your settings, so you don't have to go in and manually put contrast up or brightness all the way up if you want to do that. You can do sepia, which is basically just the nightlight thing. Grayscale just makes it more black and white, if you that's your thing. But yeah, more, you can change the font. I do find that to be a little bit funky. For some websites it's fine. Like, this is a pretty basic website, Arch Linux Wiki. But yeah, you can't change text stroke, which is basically just how, you know, how bold this is. And also you can change the filters and all that. But the best part about this is you can change all these. You can change all these settings. So let's say you want to have a contrast all the way up and brightness all the way up, but only for the Arch Wiki. You can select that on, and then let's say I go to a different website, I can change these back down, and these will be my global things, and then you see it's the same. So that, if that makes sense. Anyways, this is a really cool website. I would love to use this on I basically use this on all my browsers. These are the three extensions that I always have needed: uBlock Origin, Ad Blocker, darkreader, and then Vimium. That's a day for a different video, but basically it just gives me Vim bindings for websites, and then I could do F to, let's say I wanted to clone it. Anyways, that's kind of off topic, but these are the three main extensions that I always put on every single browser install. So yeah, if you do want to learn more, go to darkreader.org. It'll be in the description and all that. It's open source, and it's great. And I use it. I forget which distribution ships Firefox with uBlock Origin and darkreader. I think it might be Garuda. Okay, yeah. So it was Garuda Linux that does ship uBlock Origin and darkreader. I've used darkreader before. I tried out Garuda. I've only tried out Garuda a few times, but it's not even a Firefox fork. It's a LibreWolf fork, which is, it's pretty cool if you're into that sort of thing. But yeah, that's all I really have for this video. If you want to message me, the Matrix link is in the description. I have a Monero address. That's in the description if you want to help out financially. And this video is also on Odyssey, so go check me out there. Those will all be in the description. And yeah, it's summer, so I do plan on making more videos. And I will see you all very, very soon. Later, guys.